Today on Suncoast View, our favorite Suncoast daredevil is on a national stage on network TV. We'll find out all about Bello's latest adventure.
There is a sport for everyone here on the Suncoast, including ladies arm wrestling. We're sending Linda into competition.
And does your dog need to chill out a bit? We'll learn how doggy massage really helps. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome to senior producer Joey Panic, hanging out with me today.
I know, I feel like this is our living room.
Exactly. We're kind of taking a day midweek and looking back at some of the fun we've had this past month.
Yes, and you know what? It has been fun. And sometimes when you get the right group into the studio, things can get a little bit off the rails. And one time we had Nikki Logan Curran and Tracy Freeman, and a set of hot topics that really got them talking.
Let's take a look. Big health news. Big butts are okay. Well, sort of.
Thank you, Jesus.
Exactly. The journal Cell Metabolism says women who have more fat in their hips and thighs, that's known as pear-shaped, are at a lower risk of heart attack, stroke, and diabetes than the apple-shaped figure. The study says that big hips and butts actually act as kind of a sponge, obviously, and it stops fat from traveling to internal organs. Whereas when you have fat in the middle of your body, like an apple figure, it releases the harmful chemicals more easily up to your top. So there is no shame in our curvy game.
Well, I don't know if it acts as a sponge, but I know it acts as padding. When I've fallen off the horse and been knocked down by a goat and was never hurt because I had lots of padding in the behind.
See? There you go.
It keeps you safe.
You two can't even stop laughing. Well, do you know why this makes me happy, though? Because as an 80s teenager, I wanted to be a skinny waif, because that's what was in the 80s. The girls now, the teens now, they want butts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're like, why do you don't want a skinny butt? I'm like, oh, well, I used to.
Yes, I hear that all the time.
News. It's good news.
Exactly.
Keep squatting.
Keep squatting.
Keep squatting, ladies.
Build it up, girls. All right, well, I have more good news. Speaking of curves, guess what else is in this season, according to the New York Post? Boobs. The article says, and I quote, "Stand up straight, push out your chest, and work that feminine charm, as bountiful boobs are back in style." Unquote. So the article shows Hollywood stars flaunting their front sides, and then a bra manufacturer cites a 27% increase in cleavage-enhancing styles. Maybe they'll bring back the water bra. I love that thing. Social media went wild after this article, saying, when did boobs ever go out of style? It's not like you can take them off or on.
I thought we were focusing on man cleavage this season.
Well, it's funny you should mention that. We're going to talk about that next, but we're going to talk about your cleavage. We are. We're going to talk about your cleavage first.
You can't really control whether you have a big butt or big boobs, and yet we're being judged on that. You're either in or out from what you were born with. That's not fair. How often do my kids say that?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily whether you have them. I think it's how you play them up, because obviously we don't take them on and off. But there are styles some years.
I'm feeling very cleavagey all of a sudden.
You need to cover up. There's styles in some years that enhance them, and then there's styles in other years that don't. So, I mean, I kind of understand that.
Sometimes we focus on lips, sometimes we focus on eyes.
But apparently in the fashion world and the runway and the Hollywood styles, this is the year of the
runway
boob.
is not having boobs. They are going to be the same little sticks they've always been on that runway. Don't you think?
Well, yeah, the runway's
can you
probably
imagine?
not.
They're not embracing the curves.
When the real world wears the runway fashions,
that's right.
We look booby.
That's right.
Because they don't have any on the runway.
This is all good news this morning.
This is like the best.
You like
Just
this?
keep going.
We're going to eat, and we're going to talk about how curves are in. Well, she's about to like it even more, because it's going to get better. We're not being sexist here, so we also need to talk about the hot trend in men's fashion. Their best assets are up front as well, apparently, because male cleavage is also in this year. There have been a number of preening professional athletes and models at the recent fashion shows. Unbuttoned to the sternum, the jackets are undone, because if you've got nicely sculpted pecs, we want to see them.
Yes.
Plunging necklines are in for all of us.
Yes.
You're very excited about that.
I'm very excited about this.
You're a chest girl.
I just love when men feel like confident and sexy, you know? That whole like polo with the white t-shirt underneath, like not feeling it. The deep V's.
Deep V's.
Yeah, V-neck tees. Even, we were at the mall, they're even doing like swoopy men's shirts now.
Oh, like scoop neckies?
Total scoop.
Don't like that at all.
Love all of it.
I like the V, yes, I think that has good lines. And I think it looks good, but I don't know about an off-the-shoulder kind of look.
Well, not quite a full sleeve.
But you know, scoopy
A
in the
gentle
front.
swoop.
So I can't imagine a scoop neck and then 2 little pecs sticking up. That seems awfully
I
feminine.
haven't seen it yet. I just only saw it on the hanger.
There are too
I'm kind
many
of
of those.
Very interesting. All right. Can't even blame that on wine.
I know, few
No?
things leave you a little bit speechless, but I think that one did. I'm all for the deep V, by the way, men.
Good to know. Good to know.
Well, we have had lots of wedding planners and, of course, designers even on our show. But one story hit the web that was a little bit too ridiculous to believe, but it was very real. Let's watch.
So a bride writes into Slate to tell her story. She says that her husband's best friend proposed to his girlfriend in the middle of her ceremony. It also revealed her pregnancy and completely stole their thunder. So she was asking the advice sites if this was grounds for ending a friendship, and unsurprisingly, the internet said yes. The husband jokes that he will bill them for their half of the $80K wedding.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine being at your own wedding and having someone steal the show?
Security escort them out.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing?
That
Move.
is the rudest thing I've ever heard.
Me
But the
too.
thing is, they allowed it to happen. This is your wedding. You should have had your wedding planners and everyone, because, like, you know,
Yes.
I had a whole nother thing going on. You weren't coming down the aisle. You weren't coming through.
Wait, you had people set
Yes.
to cause...
Once
yeah.
I went, because I had a ballerina perform. Once the ballerina performed, the doors were locked. You can't get in or out.
What if the people in had caused problems?
Then they would have to go out.
Listen,
And I'm not kidding.
How'd you think
the
of all
wedding
this?
planner takes care
I
of
had
that.
way too much time on my hands, apparently.
Was the proposal discreet or was it done
No.
publicly?
No, in the middle of the ceremony.
Right in the middle of the other...
So
their
everyone
friend's
heard
ceremony.
it. Everyone.
And that was the point. They wanted the audience. But
Oh, yeah. That probably sounds a little rude. I'm not sure if it's grounds for ending a friendship.
Yeah.
It would be for me.
You think
I
it
think
is?
it is.
No,
I think it is.
because
No, it's
ending
just-
friendships, 2 people pay a price.
It's just grounds for sending a bill. Just send them the bill.
you can't
that's
bill
funny.
somebody for that.
I think
you
it's,
could.
it's grounds for reparations. I think they should
Yeah.
pay for a week vacation
But you
somewhere
can't get
for them or
another
something.
wedding.
Yeah, you can't.
The wedding
It'll
will
never
always
make it
be
better.
ruined like
But
that.
no, it won't be ruined. It'll always be memorable.
But in a
Because
bad
of the other
way.
people.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's that
say you're
bad.
right. Oh, were you at that wedding? I remember the proposal.
I know what they should do. When the other couple gets married, they should stand up and just finish their vows.
Yeah,
Or-
come down the
middle,
aisle
yeah.
in the
What
wedding
if someone
gown.
stops a Vita and does a wedding proposal? Will you be annoyed?
It's you know what?
Security would
As long
escort
as
them
Sasha
out.
had the cameras there, I would be completely fine with it.
I don't believe him. He'd be annoyed. All right, well, we love to play with Bo Beth, and it is no secret that she has a tough time with creepy, crawly things, or really any animal.
Yeah, she's a good sport, but this one story about a driver's surprise guest, it got her to share a hilarious story of her own. Let's check it out.
So a Michigan man wrecks his car and a passenger is injured, all because of a spider. The driver says he lost control of the car and careened off the road into a fence and bushes after a spider crawled out of the visor above his head. He admits he panicked. Have you ever had a bug or creature come at you in the car while you are driving?
Yes, I think we all have.
Did you hold? I mean, I read this and I thought, well, I totally understand how you would wreck the car. I mean, if I'm sitting there and some spider drops down in front of my face from the visor, gonna have to hold it together.
I learned this lesson the wrong way. So I actually had an accident. My mom was like, hit whatever it is, you know, because you're trying to swerve or, because I actually had a cat, like, run in front of my car. and I
Oh, so
didn't
it wasn't
wanna-
in the car.
Yeah, well, I had bugs in the car. But I'm saying, you know, I wrecked the car because there was a cat. I swerved, and she was like, no, you just run over the cat. And I'm thinking to myself, that's the meanest thing. No, seriously, I was thinking that's the meanest thing, and that's why I tried to avoid it. But at the end of the day, I totaled a car, and almost wrecked someone's house.
But the cat was alive.
That is true.
The cat has 9 lives.
That is true.
The cat could have ducked.
But can you imagine? I'm a high school student at that point. Because just think about it.
I'll be honest, I have taught my children that you can't swerve when you're driving at a speed like that, and if you got to hit, you got to hit. Sorry.
I know it's that,
But I used the squirrel as an example, not a cat.
but the cat was alive. But think about it. This spider, like, now someone's
Well, that
injured.
to me is just a fear reaction. You
What
know?
about a fly? I've had flies in the car, and they're zooping
Well, they're not
around.
going to hurt you, though.
They're not going to hurt you, but they sure impair your vision.
I've had a bird fly in my car.
Now, that would have caused the record. What do you do
Your
when you
windows are
drive?
up, this wouldn't
Maybe you
happen.
shouldn't drive.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the solution my mom had given.
Yesterday I said I'd road trip with you. Today I take it back.
I've never had an animal, but I was on my way for my first job interview. I was going to be a social worker, and I was putting on my
That is
shoe
fun.
while I was
You
driving.
a social worker?
And I got my shoe hung, and I couldn't put on the brakes, so I slammed into the car in front of me, and the man jumped out, and I jumped out, and I said, I'm sorry, I've got to hurry. I've got an interview with John Smith, and he said, I am John Smith. And so I didn't get the job, and that's how I ended up in television.
Okay, these are the best stories that come out of the most
What a
mundane
coincidence.
I would
times.
be a social worker today.
If it wasn't for your
Can we
kids.
imitate Linda as a social worker? What is wrong with you? Get your act together.
Yeah.
So it all worked out.
It did, probably for a lot of people.
Yes.
The cat is alive. Linda didn't mold social work, and here we all are. I love how you never, ever know what she's going to
Linda's
say.
stories, she was a social worker, a kindergarten teacher. I love it.
It never stops. And
Renaissance
it
woman.
never ceases to make me happy. Speaking of happy, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast. And when we come back, Daredevil Bello Knock.
.88 degrees right now. The heat index at 101. It is a hot one out there and lots of sunshine around, and that's making it feel nice, comfortable out there. We are looking at partly cloudy skies throughout the evening. Not much chance of a shower, but we will see a slight chance for mainly an inland shower. But look how quiet things are out there in the Gulf of Mexico. A lot of dry air in place right now, all across Cuba, through the Bahamas and Florida, even over toward Texas, which is a good thing. We are looking at nice current conditions. We have nice sunny skies out there. The dew point temperature is fairly high at 78. Winds are the west-southwest. Harvey continues to move north and weaken. We'll have more on that coming up at 5. See you then.
One of our favorite guests is Circus Daredevil and also Suncoast resident, Bello Knock.
And recently he was on the national TV competition, America's Got Talent. Now, when we talked to him, he had actually just been eliminated from the show. But little did we know there was more in store when he returned as a wild card. Let's take a look, and he's going to tell us about the human cannonball stunt.
Wow, Bella, we were so proud of you.
Thank you so
You
much.
didn't make it to the last round, but you looked awesome.
Thank
you made
you,
the
thank
Suncoast
you.
proud.
Wow, thank you very much.
So about this stunt,
Yes.
you got shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, you know,
Why was that a good idea?
well, I don't know, but if you're going to be on America's Got Talent and nationwide, you know, such a big part of pop culture and such, what would you say, the stakes are very high. I wanted to do something that had never been done before, and edgy and daring, and make an impact.
Probably never be done again. Either.
Yeah, probably not, but making an impact. So I got a cannon.
Yeah, that doesn't
a
sound
human
good.
cannon,
Yes.
yeah. And then I have a brother with a helicopter, and I have another brother that always helps me out and watches out. And so this is getting shot out of a cannon, flying over a helicopter, and
There you are, higher
hopefully
than the
landing on
building.
target. Yes.
Had you ever done this before?
Well, I had, you know, yes and no. Okay, so no, I had never been shot out of a cannon to fly over a helicopter. This is video of me practicing at my place. So this was the first time that I had gotten shot out of a cannon.
Wait, that's the very first time?
Yes.
So you said you were going. Here's my question. When you told Simon Cowell on the first round that I'll come back and I'll do this, the cannon over the helicopter, was that off the top of your head?
Yes.
That
it was
just sounded so hard.
Yeah.
You were really, truly kind to come up with something.
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, listen, the talent stakes at America's Got Talent is really amazing.
Right.
And it's really hard to compete and judge. You're at a 9-year-old singer, that's amazing. A 13-year-old ventriloquist. You got guys that cut an apple with a sword on their throat. Or I mean, it's so random, and the stakes are so high.
So you just pulled that out of your hat and thought, I'll learn how.
Were you risking your life?
Yeah, what I had done was climb this sway pole that was 37, 40 feet in the air, swaying back and forth, 36 people in the world have done that act, okay? Wow. Now, I do it different. I do it dancing, funny, looking at the audience while I do it, telling a story. And they were like, 3 judges, yes, 1 no. And I was like, okay, well,
what does it take?
Yeah, so I'll get shot out of a cannon over a helicopter. And then they told me, well, you only needed 3 yeses to get through. And I was like,
You should have paid more attention.
I should have read those rules.
But that's the thing. Growing up as a kid, I did these dangerous things. Paying attention and listening like the teacher said and all. Not details.
You were that problem kid.
Oh, yeah, I still am.
You still are.
Yeah.
So those judges, tell me about those judges. They seem really mean sometimes.
Okay. I don't think that they're mean. They have seen a lot, and the stakes are amazing. It's $1 million reward, and your own show in Las Vegas, which would be my ultimate goal. I travel around the world. I perform my entire life, but staying in one place, working in Las Vegas, having your own show, it's the ultimate goal. So the stakes are that high. So I get shot out of a cannon. I fly over a helicopter. 13 million people view that one. A person would have to get shot out of a cannon his entire life to be able to be seen
to have
by
that many people in the audience.
So that was amazing to me. To do a first ever stunt, if you're going to make a scene, be seen, I sort of have that. I've always wondered, getting shot out of a cannon, if I was the right caliber. So ultimately, I did it. I landed on the target, which was great, okay?
As we can tell,
I made it.
Ultimately, you only get one chance.
It was a lot scarier and more dangerous because there's a vacuum that happens over a helicopter. So the technology or the science behind it was really amazing and tough. I had my daughter Annalise there as a safety. I had my brother John as a trigger for the cannon, and my brother Eugene, who's been here before with the helicopter.
Right.
Did you shoot a dummy first, and just to see how it would react?
Yeah, that's what I did.
No, not you. You're not a dummy. No, but did you do a practice thing with?
Yes, but you can't really tell because here's what happens: is the whole thing is you've got to focus on your landing.
Right.
You've got to not overturn, turn. I mean, I gave the statistics on there. 48 people have tried human cannonballing before. Half of them survived. Made it.
Gosh.
The ones that made it doesn't mean they didn't survive. They just, might have broken them, lost limbs. It's a very, very
just
dangerous.
lost limbs.
Yeah, it's very, very dangerous.
So how do you initially practice this? Like the first time in your training facility, I'm going to shoot myself out and try to land.
With everything, it's increments, it's smaller, it's that, but there's a lot of, there's a lot of cutting, how do you say this? A lot of on the board prepping, a lot of trying to figure it out. One of the hardest things was not focusing on the danger. So this is something that sort of happened to me. It knocked the wind out of me. My toes were numb for a full day after getting shot out of the cannon. No kidding. Basically what happens is you all that 9 G's of gravity on takeoff, 11 on landing, but I focused on the blades, which is, and there was a lot of more wind. Didn't want to mess up my hair.
He's truly a fearless individual.
Yes, and when you think so much math goes in, you don't think of somebody like, a comic daredevil being a mathematician, but he's saying,
math
algorithms
and physics.
Never even thought about.
Absolutely. So sadly, he did not advance from the wild card, but he did do some amazing things, and he made all of us very, very proud that he's from right here on the Suncoast.
All right, well, coming up next, how do you take the perfect selfie? Well, the person who knows the best should teach Linda. That was me. You'll see her lesson when we come back.
A lot of fun, you gotta come out.
We come down from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Welcome back. Now, Joey always tells us that there is an art form to the selfie. And quite honestly, I just don't get it. I'm not good at them. And you know who else doesn't get it? Linda Carson.
So for National Selfie Day, I took it upon myself to teach Linda the mysterious craft of the perfect selfie. Let's take a look. Yes, all right, so selfie day, and I take a lot of selfies, all right?
Yes, you do.
Some might say, and some might say it's too many, and to them I say,
No.
who asked you? All right?
They're funny. I like it. I like it.
So, Linda, I actually rated your Facebook page, and I also went through your phone to see how you've been doing with selfies, and I don't want to pick on you, but I did find an example. This might be an example maybe of what not to do. So here's where I'm a little confused. I don't know if you were getting a selfie or if we were taking a picture of the house.
I wanted me in front of the house.
Okay, well, you achieved that. Yeah, no.
From the nose up.
You did that.
From the nose up.
So, but I think we can make that just a little bit better. You're a beautiful woman, and I think your selfies should reflect
At
that.
my house, I didn't see much of the house.
No,
either.
so we kind of didn't, you know, we tried to do too much, I think.
Okay.
So I came up with a couple tips that might help you for this national holiday. The first is, all right, hold your camera steady. So this is important.
I like that.
The problem usually is we all want our selfies to be taken from above, but when you get your arm up there, that's when our hands start to shake, and so it ends up looking like, I think we have a, all right, on the left, see it's a little bit blurry.
I kind of like blurry. I look younger blurry.
On the right, though, gorgeous, it's steady. So just try to keep your camera steady. You can also, a good tip is just put your elbows into your rib cage.
You can sort of
Think
tell
of
my
this.
hands are really short.
And people will think you're watching a video.
Put your hands in the rib cage. Okay,
Second
got
tip.
that.
No, they won't, because when you drive, you
Well,
always
then
see
you're
people
smiling.
that are
Yeah.
like sitting there at stoplights.
Never selfie and drive, by the way. The next tip is check your lighting. This is really important. So your camera has a great tool in it where if you tap your face, when your face comes up, just tap. Oh, there's go back.
I didn't know what that was for.
Tap your face and it'll automatically adjust the iris.
Really?
Yes.
Even in reverse mode?
Yeah, so see, for example, Linda's face, it's too dark on the left side. If you tap it, it ends up looking like the picture
Well,
on
my goodness,
right.
I did not. I saw that square, but I didn't know what it was.
This is the most common one, and you know you see people guilty of this. Find the lens. You have to find the lens on the camera. So, for example, see this little dot right here?
At the top.
Yes. If you're doing a front-facing picture, there's that tiny little dot. So when you take a selfie, most people look at themselves in here.
Yes, yes,
You gotta look at the
You gotta
dot.
look at the little dot because that's the camera. Otherwise, you get the example. See, Linda's looking down.
Yes.
If she looked up at the dot, then we would see her beautiful eyes. The next one, this is my favorite, embrace filters. Nobody looks good with a naked camera.
And everybody looks
Do
good
we
in
have
black and white.
filters in our camera?
There are tons of filters. There's tons of apps, whether it's Instagram, Prisma, all of these great, whatever you need, you can make it black and white. You can use certain themes. Now you can step it up a little bit because now there's some video apps that let you take selfies. This one I found, horrible name, great app. It's called Miso Happy. Miso is in like, you know, the miso
me.
paste. So see, Linda, you can make yourself into a 3D
What a nice tan I've got.
character.
Yes.
I know, you're just lounging on the Suncoast.
Oh, I like me dancing.
I know,
better.
you're like
I can do that.
a member
I can
of
do that.
ABBA. So this is available on Apple. It's a free app. You can do stills or video. You know, I like to bring you silly, stupid ones. So Linda, we've discussed a lot, but I think
I've
you're
learned a
ready.
lot.
All
I have.
right.
You gonna
so
do it?
I would like her to try based on everything that you've learned.
Okay, I'm going to tap my face one time. Where'd that thing go?
There you go.
She's like, where's my face?
Up from above. Everybody
Up
likes from above. If
Look
you're
at the
taking a
lens,
picture
find
of a
the
lady or a
lens. There it
friend.
is.
Find the lens.
All
Find the
right.
lens. There's the lens.
There's the lens. So you look up
And go.
and
Look up.
there we go.
Oh my God. Smile.
And how do we do? How'd we do?
Check me out.
All right. Linda, you're gorgeous.
Oh!
Look at you, you're gorgeous.
Do you have a favorite filter?
Yes.
I knew you did. Tell us your favorite filter.
On Instagram, it's Hudson. Everything's Hudson.
Hudson. Okay.
I think it had, like, I have very pale skin and light eyes, so Hudson kind of...
So now when you take it, when you post it on Instagram,
Yes.
Hudson
We're
to
gonna
look
look
like
for Hudson.
Joey.
Don't ever do an unfiltered selfie. There's no reason for that.
Really? Oh, my
And there's no
goodness.
reason for toilet paper to ever be in the background. Everybody, please stop taking selfies in your bathroom.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it never stops.
Is it narcissistic to spend 4 minutes on a selfie? I don't think so.
Well, you look better than the rest of us do, Autumn, so now we
Filters.
know why, and I know Linda learned a lot. All right, coming up next, again, we don't pick on Linda, but boy, do we love her. Wait till you see what she can do. Arm wrestling.
Since 1928, Kerastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Kerastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota flooring.
Consumer Cellular makes it easy to stay in touch with family and stay within our budget.
Now our cell phone bill is only a fraction of what it used to be.
Our average customers get everything they need for about $25 a month, and plans start at only $10 a month with no contracts.
Consumer Cellular has a great choice of phones. Check out my new one.
I picked this simple phone. I used my son's old smartphone. Kept my number, too.
Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, and members get exclusive discounts.
It's a good thing Consumer Cellular is always there, because sometimes I need a little help.
Sometimes.
We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service among non-contract wireless providers.
Over the years, we've seen a lot of change.
We actually use change. Luckily, there are some things we can still afford.
Like Consumer Cellular.
Stop paying too much for wireless service. Switch to Consumer Cellular. And with our 30-day risk-free guarantee, it's easy. Call 1-800-920-3084. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004.
Welcome back. We are taking a look back at some of our favorite moments from the last couple months. And as senior producer, I love to have my ladies try new things on the show, especially Linda Carson, because she is up for anything.
That's right. She's our tough girl, and she proved it with the Sarasota Ladies Arm Wrestlers. Check it out. So I want to introduce you to Polly Dexter Rose, and she's going to tell us more about it. So let's first learn about you, because obviously you have a little bit of an eccentric persona going on here.
Oh, why, thank you.
Who is Polly Dexter Rose, and how did she come about?
So I am the daughter of Dexter from Dexter's Lab and Blossom, the Powerpuff Girl. And I have to live up to my parents' expectations. And I'm trying very hard to reformulate Chemical X, which is how the Powerpuff Girls got their superpowers. I haven't quite mastered it yet, but one of these days I will, and then I will win the arm wrestling brawl.
All right, so having a persona is part of the deal. You are also not just a feminist, but a STEMinist, I see.
Absolutely. I want to support women in STEM fields.
All right, well, supporting women is actually what this is all about. So tell us a little bit about SLAW and how it began.
So SLAW is part of CLAW, the Collective of Lady Arm Wrestlers, which is a national group, and we support women, equality, and freedom of expression, and SLAW is the Sarasota chapter. We started earlier this year in 2017, and every brawl we pick a different beneficiary, a local beneficiary, a local nonprofit that aligns with our mission.
Okay, so you actually go places and have wrestling matches.
Absolutely.
And I believe we're seeing one right here, and this is serious business.
Wow, look at the look on their face.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on. For one thing, we've got like bars to hold on to. You brought this whole setup with you. Explain how this all works.
Yes.
This is
so
legit.
This is a regulation arm wrestling table, and there are rules. No biting, no hair pulling. It happens, but
look at the look on their faces.
Your butt stays in the chair and your feet stay on the floor.
Okay. Now, why does she need to grasp that pipe?
That helps get leverage. And
okay.
Oh, she'd probably go flying over the table otherwise.
Seriously. All right, so this is a real deal. So everybody has a persona of some type?
Yes, absolutely. We are called goddesses. Arm wrestlers are goddesses, and we develop our own alter egos that are very close, near, and dear to us. They are part of who we are in real life.
And they're all girl power oriented, which I'm a big fan of. So
Absolutely.
tell us a little more about one of the main organizations you support. I'm going to get the name wrong. Is it Unidos?
Unidos Now.
I'm not good at the Spanish part. Unidos.
Yes, Unidos Now will be the beneficiary for our next match, and they are an organization that support empowering Latinos to achieve the American dream through education. So we're very proud and excited to be supporting them.
What kind of message do you think what you ladies are doing sends to everybody out there about women, power, and equality?
I hope that this empowers other women to step up in their everyday lives and be who they want to be. Be that alter ego, that goddess persona in your everyday life.
Well, we have a goddess right here in our midst, and you may not know it, but it's Linda Carson.
Oh, I didn't know it.
No, I'm telling you, you're our goddess. So, as a result, we would like you to introduce Linda to the world of ladies arm wrestling. I'm sure she needs a persona.
I'd be delighted
And then
to.
I think we need a duel. So let's talk, help her pick a persona.
So, Linda, it should be something that's very near and dear to you, something that you're
I've always wanted to be
excited
Brenda
about.
Starr in the comics. She was a super reporter and she was gorgeous.
That's fantastic.
But I'd like to be Wonder Woman too.
You just want the outfit. That's what you want.
It is about the outfit.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Okay, so Brenda, right? Should we use that?
Brenda for Brenda Starr.
Sounds good.
She's a reporter.
Breaking news.
I like
news,
that.
yes.
Brenda breaking. What should she
How
break?
about arms?
Breaking arms.
Breaking arms. There you go.
Whoa! Wait a minute! I've seen this lady's arms.
Since Raina won.
We didn't know Linda had winner.
Remember those bad words I said I didn't say? Maybe we ought to cut my mic. You are in such trouble.
Now, I know
We'll do
in
a daytime version.
In competition, there's like refs and all that stuff. Can you kind of
Absolutely.
simulate that for us? Because I don't know how to run the competition.
I would be happy to.
This one or this one?
Yeah, use
Both.
your right
I
arm.
should get to use both
Keep
arms.
your elbow on the pad, seated in the chair, both feet on the ground, and a couple of tips just
Yes,
for you.
yes.
You want to pull towards you.
That's why she's
That'll
holding down.
that'll give
because
you
I may fall over my head.
more strength. Pull towards you, not over.
Toward me.
Yeah.
All right, pull toward
You
It'll
are
make
in
sense.
trouble.
Okay.
Can you talk smack?
Are you ready?
Oh, I thought we were through.
Ready to start? Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Break it, Brenda, break it!
Brenda.
Breaking arms,
Go, Brenda, yeah. Yeah, come on,
Brenda broke her arm!
Oh, the Sarasota Ladies Arm Wrestling actually has their brawl is coming up September 16th at the Cock and Bull, and you can find out information at their website, which is slawsrq.com. And who knows, maybe Linda will have joined their team by then.
That's right, and great support for women's empowerment, so we're always happy to do that. All right, coming up next, our guide dog Wrigley got a chance to chill out for a bit. We're going to talk about doggy massage.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Harvey health risks, the concerns medical professionals have with the rising floodwaters in Texas and other surrounding states. Plus, the Suncoast is drenched, how the days of rain and flooding issues are impacting sea turtle nesting season. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Thanks, Haley. Finally, some dry air again sticking around for a while. Yesterday we had it shut down some showers and storms. Just a few along the East Coast right now. Not much going on as a result of this large swath of dry air coming in from the Atlantic right over Florida. That's going to go away, though, by looks like Friday, bringing back a good chance for some storms then. Right now we have the sunshine, 88 degrees. The feels like temperature at 101. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 10. The pressure 30.01 inches. Harvey's weakening, and it looks like Irma's gaining some strength. Details on that at 5.
Severe weather strikes. Trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. The chemotherapy drug Taxotere has been linked to permanent alopecia or permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. The FDA has urged doctors and the manufacturer to warn women administered Taxotere of the risk of permanent hair loss. If you or a loved one were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and suffered permanent hair loss, you may have a right to a cash award and medical expenses. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Welcome back. Well, our Southeastern Guide Dog puppy Wrigley is now off to college. He is at Southeastern Guide Dogs learning his service training skills. But for his birthday, Joey, I have to give credit, came up with what all of us would like as a birthday present.
Yes, even though he turned 1 in dog years, what is that, 7 years old? He's had a stressful year, maybe. He's worked very hard. What do you get for somebody on their birthday? A massage. Let's take a look.
In honor of our guide dog puppy Wrigley's turning 1 year old, we're learning how to treat our animals to a massage. And joining us is Sue Crowley from Southeastern Guide Dogs. Welcome, Sue.
Hi.
So you're a puppy raiser just like Stephanie.
I am.
And you'd say it's good for our dogs to massage them.
Everything it does for human beings, it does great things for puppies also.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yes.
So how do we do it? Do we massage different parts?
Well, there's a couple of things to take into consideration. First is how old your puppy is. And so when you start with a young puppy, younger than Wrigley, obviously, you would start with just a little bit of short time touching and then a little bit of pressure. As they get older, like Wrigley, you would do a little bit more longer times. Set aside a very same time every day, a very special place. They have maybe a special little rug that you have for them, so it gets them used to it.
He's getting into it now.
He's liking this rug.
He wants my best to do it. Yeah. Do you do all parts of their bodies?
So there's different parts of the bodies have been identified to help with different things. So one of the first things you can do, is, and Wrigley's doing it for me, is you can just start with a passive touch, maybe just putting your hand on the back. This is a really sensitive part of their body, an acupuncture part, acupressure part. So just to calm them, they feel the warmth. And here you connect with their breathing. And just kind of like get a zen feeling going.
Oh, he's calming down.
Yeah, he is, because he was a little worker.
And if he's really good, you might try 2 spots back on his rump also. And think about what this does. It gets the dog ready to go out to have to do things. They have to maybe get their claws trimmed. So another thing, you might just learn to start touching their paws and just, I know. Hello.
Thank you for the massage.
Yeah. And give them just that feeling of comfort. Another big, and I say the head is a real sensitive spot, so another thing you can do is with their ears, just take your ears between your fingers and just kind of scoot down each.
Oh, he loves that. Look at his eyes, they're closing.
I've seen Wrigley actually go into a deep sleep with this at a puppy meeting. We tried this. So you can just massage his ears, come down.
And you gave us a couple stuffed animals.
We have our own pets here.
He thinks they're toys.
They're not so active. So we do their ears.
So we do their ears.
Here, you take that ear, Joey, and I'll take
just
this.
passive warmth of your hand on spots. And then, you know, when you go to the massage, you know, they do some kind of kneading. They call it like a fish. And that's really good. And he's older, so we can just really just kind of use your hands to give him a nice, gentle going down his body.
It's got to feel so good, though, because they crave touch just like you do.
Our dog is very calm. Right
And he likes this. You can tell.
Ruckus is really good.
Yes.
You know, you have to sometimes take your dog to the vet for teeth problems. So you might even start getting them used to, get them used to,
my teeth.
I lost my dog.
Open wide.
You might get them to just used to. And there's a special touch called the T-touch, which is, if you can imagine, a little clock of a watch, a clock watch face, and you just do little circles.
Circles.
The pointer finger. Two fingers. Support your hand with your thumb so it's not real heavy, and just go, and you can go all over their body. Massage them.
Laying on his back, that's full surrender, right?
Yeah, that's full.
Oh, look at that. Do you have some tips for us so we can remember when we do this for our dogs?
Well, the tips I would remember is to try and do it daily, and watch your dog's body language. If they're really excited, maybe then's not the time to do it. You want them to be a little bit calmer. Never force anything. If he doesn't like it, like I was just going to touch his gums, he didn't like that, I'm not going to force that on him. If you want to make it soothing for them, it's slow, deliberate movement going with the grain of their hair. Most dogs don't like it to be
the
opposite way.
Right, so front to back.
And I use that term, that Zen thing about breathing with your dog. You actually, if you are excited, you're going to just pass that to the dog. If you're very calm and breathing nice and soft, calm breaths, your dog is going to get right there with you.
And that's something I've learned with puppy raising in general. You know, if you can stay calm, your animals are staying calm.
Probably the same thing applies to children.
Exactly.
I haven't learned it so much with them.
We tried the T-touch on you, Linda. How is it?
The T-touch.
I'm calm just by listening to your voice right now.
Well, we say in puppy raising, we say whatever goes down, everything goes down the leash. So as you're holding that leash, and the same thing with your touch. If you're excited or stressed or something, you're going to send that to the puppy. So if you can be calm and just breathe softly, soft voice, deliberate.
What a great lesson.
Then you will see. And it works with your cats and your dogs.
Thank you. We're going to massage you every day.
Well, the proof is in the results.
He was so relaxed. That was great. I can't tell you enough great things about everybody at Southeastern Guide Dogs, the things they teach you about working with your animals, and just the love and devotion that they have for their animals. So we miss Wrigley, but we know he's in good hands
And we can still follow his adventure on Wrigley's View, #Wrigley's View, and we'll keep giving you updates on how he's doing in college.
Absolutely. And coming up next, we have a big celebration of our own. We're talking about our 3rd anniversary party. Hard to believe. Stay with us.
Jacuzzi is proud to present our first ever safe bathing event. The Jacuzzi walk-in tub allows you or a loved one to take a safe and relaxing bath. Never climb in and out of a regular bathtub again. Our walk-in tub offers a low step-in threshold, fast drain technology, soothing hydrotherapy, and even a shower handle. Regain bathing independence with a Jacuzzi walk-in tub and enjoy spending more time with loved ones. Why wait any longer? During our safe bathing event, save $750 on a new walk-in tub. Receive $250 in safety upgrades and a $100 Visa gift card. But if you call right now during this program, we'll double the savings to $1,500, double the safety upgrades to $500, and double it to a $200 Visa gift card with your walk-in tub purchase. Call right now to save double on a new walk-in tub. Call now.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Well, it is hard to believe that next month we are celebrating 3 years on the air. It's our 3rd anniversary.
Absolutely. So always it is fun to take a look back at some of the great things we have done, but I think there's some new surprises on the way as well.
Absolutely. And I don't want to reveal too much, but I can say that, you know, the 1st year anniversary, we brought everyone into the studio. 2nd year anniversary, we went out into the community. I'm not going to say what's going to happen next, but I will tell you it is going to be a month-long celebration that will start every Thursday in September. So don't forget to tune into Suncoast View. You can relive some of our favorite memories with us as we celebrate.
He celebrates his birthday like this too for an entire month.
I'd do it all year if I could.
Hey, speaking of celebrating, we have both gotten to experience something new right here on the Suncoast, the new Westin Hotel, and the first truly rooftop bar and scenic place that's been here in years.
Absolutely, and it is amazing the way that everyone in the community has really kind of embraced this idea of we want a rooftop bar. When I was there just a couple weekends ago, looking down, buildings that we used to be on the top of the roof, like the former Ceviche building, they looked so tall when we were on them years ago, but to look down, you really see, you can see so much of the Suncoast horizon.
And the marina view and going up there for sunset, I highly recommend it. Stop by the new Westin, enjoy the hotel, take the trip up the elevator and enjoy the view. It's something new for us here in the Suncoast. It's really a great addition.
A few people have complained that the lines have been a little long, and I believe that that's going to get worked out. You know, it's just a matter of working out the flow. They don't want to put too many people up top, which I think is probably a good thing.
That's a good plan, that's for sure. But it was really something worth seeing and something very different. So
yes, and it wasn't with us 3 years ago. It's something that's started since Suncoast View started. So
a lot of things have changed, and a lot is still yet to come, and that's why we love the Suncoast so much. And stay with us because we're headed to the kitchen next. Remember, you can always find us online to see what we're up to. You find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or shoot us an email, suncoastview@mysuncoast.com. Stay with us.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe.
One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. New technology designed specifically to diagnose Alzheimer's. The team of undergrads who created the software say it's more affordable than an MRI. Taking a first look at first alert traffic. Right now we're seeing traffic backed up on US 41 in Sarasota. This is between Bee Ridge Road on up north to Fruitville. Let's get another check on the weather with Bob Harrigan.
2 days in a row, Scott, dry conditions for the most part here along the Suncoast, something we need desperately, and it looks as though it'll stay that way through this evening. Look at all this dry air just piled up from the Bahamas and the Atlantic Ocean right through Florida right now. There are some breaks, but nonetheless, things have dried out considerably. It is hot, sunny, 88 degrees, and the feels-like temperature at 101 right now with lots of sunshine. We do have another storm that has developed. We'll have much more on that coming up today at 5.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. Another chance to review state plans to upgrade the Cortez Bridge onto Anna Maria Island.
We'll tell you about a public meeting and how soon a plan could affect your daily commute tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
We'll update our temporarily dry forecast and tell you when rain will return.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
So kind of a funny story before we head to the kitchen. We have JR from JR's Old Packing House Cafe with us, but it actually happened during Tropical Storm Emily. Am I getting the name right?
I believe so.
Yes.
And yes, so this was one that we actually got to tape, but because of all of the live cut-ins and the weather coverage,
it happens.
It has sat on an archived shelf for a little while. We've been waiting for the right opportunity to let you see his recipe, and it seems like today is just as good a day as any.
Absolutely. Let's talk to JR.
Today we're going to make chicken piccata, which is chicken with capers and mushrooms and pine nuts on top. And we're also making a Florentine mixer. We're doing a lot of mixtures of stuff today, so we have a little bit of spinach on our chicken, with some capers and mushrooms and pine nuts. So we'll start off with
so good.
Okay, here we go.
Flour, egg
And
wash
Linda
flour.
said this is going to be
Flour.
the best
This
one
is the best
ever.
you've ever tasted.
She already looked
We've
at all
got
the
flour.
flour. She's passionate.
We've got
She's
eggs.
She's definitely in it, yes.
Okay, and we've got flour again. So
Wow,
it's flour, eggs, flour. I did not know that until we started doing this program. I have been doing this wrong all the time.
No, every
All
dish is
my
different.
life?
This particular dish is just done this way.
So you don't always do it this way?
No, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. I thought I really was on to
Aren't you
something.
new?
Look how good she is at
So
flouring.
once it's floured, it goes into the pot. But how hot is this pot, and how long will it stay?
Medium-high heat, and then we're going to add a little paprika mix here,
Okay.
and a little salt and pepper mix here for the speed of the television.
Have you
And
got
we're gonna-
room for one more? Or does this one have to wait?
That one will wait.
We'll wait
that
till
one's
next
on vacation today.
Okay.
Yeah. Fortunately, they can't hang out by the pool. Now we're going to add a little mushrooms and onion.
Right in there?
Right in there, yeah.
All right.
Oh, you missed Mickey.
I know. I'm no good at it, Linda.
Oh,
It'll be just
you'll
fine.
improve with practice.
All of these?
No, not all. That's perfectly fine.
What about these onions?
Sure.
How many do I go?
As much as you like.
JR's not going to let us help him anymore.
Cook. I'm just telling you that, okay?
JR, we don't promise good sous chefs here.
Whatever wine you don't want to drink, you can pour it into the
There'll be no wine in there today.
little wine in there.
So wine is our liquid?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But we also have to make sure we tasted it, and that gives us all we're mixing in there. And then we're going to mix in a little capers in there also.
Okay.
I'll drink.
And
Yeah, we better.
make sure we taste the wine, make sure it's good. And that'll just cook down. It'll take about 5 to 7 minutes.
So
Perfect.
once it cooks down, do you put it in the oven or
No, we
is
did
this
3
it?
to 4 minutes on one side. We embellished a little bit. Then we turn them over, and we cook 3 or 4 minutes, and then we add the onions, the mushrooms, the capers, and stuff.
Wow.
So
we
it's a
kinda-
total saucepan dinner. It's done
It's
right
an
on
easy
the-
thing, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why we start off with a thinner chicken breast, so it doesn't take so long to cook.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good.
And
Now,
then this is how you get kids to eat spinach. You add cream to it, and then we added a little cream and a little seasoning to it. You can also add some eggs to it if you like, and thicken it up with
that's
some
a
butter.
good idea. That's why you call it spinach Florentine.
Creamed spinach. because
Cream
it's got
spinach,
cream.
yes.
And
However, we can fancy it up, though.
is this on the menu right now?
Not right now, we're here, but maybe today.
But it should be on the menu,
should be
I'm
on the menu.
thinking, because
And
Today-
this
our
is
chicken.
a great
Wow.
hearty dinner.
Suncoast
But today is Burger Monday, so we got $5 burgers on today.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness, $5 burgers. I'm there.
And of course, you have your classic Cuban.
We bought a Cuban, we bought the burger, we bought the chicken dish, some more spinach, some lemon juice, and oh yeah, we forgot to do that. Let's do that now.
Put
And
some
then-
lemon in there?
Lemon in there.
Like a half a lemon, you think, for two?
I
love
we
lemon.
like
Lemon it up.
Another half.
Yeah, we like
lemon
lemon.
it up.
Two
We
halves.
like lemon. Is that the basic definition of piccata, is that it's a lemon chicken?
As a matter of fact, it is.
Wow, Stephanie, I'm
Yes.
impressed.
Matter of fact, it is.
I cook occasionally.
Yeah.
So I want you to brag about your Cubans for a little
Yes.
bit, because I
We have
understand
ham.
that
We do roast pork in there. There's ham, Swiss cheese, and the pork cooks overnight for 12 hours in a slow cooker outside. And there you
All
go.
right, Bubba.
And you received awards for this.
USA Today got us
Oh.
I think it was 2015 though. 2016 was not much.
We're passing a Cuban down
There you go.
here.
Hey,
we
why
are.
not?
Take a bite and pass.